Hello there, it's Friday the 6th of December 2024, early evening, and I'm down here in West Cornwall in Falmouth. Thought I'd come down to a bit of a road trip to Cornwall, and Storm Darragh is on its way, and we have a red weather warning, not in this part of Cornwall, but on the North Cornwall coast, kind of above Newquay, well above Tintagel probably, then up the English Channel to Bristol and across Wales, the coastal zone in Wales. Nice big red weather warning, and this is kind of the calm before the storm. You can see from this tree up here. I'm just near Falmouth station, Falmouth town station that is. You can see from this tree that there's not much wind at the moment. We've had a bit of rain. I'm just going to walk up to the coast, I think, see if I can get there before another downpour hits us. There's not much rain forecast, to be honest, down in this kind of far southwest of Cornwall. Fair bit further north, but really the red warning, or the red warning does entirely relate to the wind. It's kind of amber here, which I think is up to 80 miles an hour, whereas the red it's up to 90 mile an hour gusts. It's going to be quite interesting to see what materialises, so I'm going to be doing a video this evening and into tomorrow, Saturday. I think the winds are due to peak Saturday morning, so as I wake up in the morning it might be quite blustery around here, and I don't think I'm going to park the car where I've parked it now because there are trees around. Don't particularly want to be plonked upon by a branch or a whole tree. I can feel some rain now. Let's get onto this bridge. Might have to stop filming in a minute. Maybe curtail this bit of filming if the rain comes down for a prolonged bout, because I don't really want to get wet. Difficult to dry in the car when it's wet. A bit echoey under here. Let's see what it does. I'm going to switch off now and see what this weather does. See if the rain carries on, in which case I'll just go back to the car. If it doesn't, I'll go up to the coast. So yeah, the rain hasn't really come to anything, so I've walked up now down towards the coast here in Falmouth. Put it on low light mode, this little camera, so it looks almost like daylight, but it isn't. It's quite dark. It's the evening, so I'm here for the weekend in Falmouth. I did have the option of going back to the Isle of Wight to video this storm in Ventnor, but it would have cost £130 return to get the car over, which obviously I live in, so I would have had to have got the car over. So I've decided to not spend that sort of money. The petrol cost is roughly the same to get either from Dorchester to Ventnor or Dorchester to Falmouth, so I decided to come down to Falmouth and save that 130 odd quid, put it towards the new computer I need to get, because my MacBook Air has finally died and I want to get an iPad with a magic keyboard. That is my next big investment for this channel and for my writing. But yeah, so I also have to be back in Dorchester on Monday morning. It's Friday now, Monday morning, for a meeting with a farmer, which I'm looking forward to, and that would have meant getting a ferry over this evening and a ferry back again on Sunday evening, which would have only given me a tiny amount of time in Ventnor. So and I think the ferries this evening may be a bit tricky getting across the Solent as well with Storm Darragh, so I wasn't going to risk all of that. I've come to Falmouth instead. But you can see it's relatively calm at the moment. The tide is quite low. There's no kind of big waves or anything. It's going to be quite sheltered on this side of the coast. It's going to be westerly breeze. I can stop shouting because I can see on the screen on this Osmo Pocket 3 that I can see how much gain there is on this little microphone, and it's going into the red, which means I'm talking too loud. So if I speak a little bit less loudly, hopefully you can still hear me. You can probably also hear the winds because it's buffeting the microphone a bit. And one thing this microphone doesn't have is a particularly hefty wind muff dead cat thingy. Let's go up here. What I think I'm going to do in a minute is just head back down to the car and try and get a couple of hours of sleep because I'm quite tired. Since I had COVID a few weeks ago, I've been feeling quite fatigued, achy legs and just generally quite tired. I don't really believe, well, I don't know about long COVID, whether it's a thing. I've certainly felt a bit under the weather since getting COVID. Ah dear. What a cool evening. I prefer the storms, seeing these sorts of storms in Ventnor, but like I say, I just need not to spend that 130 odd pounds at the moment. It's quite funny really, because I go back to the islands partly to see my mum and partly to do more videos for this YouTube channel, because a lot of my followers, a lot of you dear people do like the Isle of Wight, Ventnor Undercliff videos, but I don't know, I've lose a lot of money doing it because of the cost of the ferry. You know, always, it never costs less than £150 return, and you know, each video earns under £5 over time, over an extended period. Generally a video, well, probably the average is about £3 over time per video. The highest earning video that I've created has earned me, I think, £52, somewhere thereabouts, and then it drops right off after that. So the next highest earning video is £15 after about a year of being on YouTube. So yeah, I went back to the island this weekend just to produce videos, which, like I say, I want to be near my mum as well. But if it was just to produce videos, then I'd be losing about 125 quid per video if I could only produce one video per weekend. If I produce 3 or 4 videos, enough content for 3 or 4 videos in a weekend trip, then I might earn about a tenner from those videos all told. So I still lose about £120. I do love going back to the Isle of Wight, so it's just at the moment this channel is not making any money. It's losing money when you consider the cost of the ferry. But I do love doing it, so I will continue to do so. Hopefully over time the channel membership will grow and the income I get from ad revenue will grow. We shall see how it goes. But anyway, yeah, this weekend I've decided to come down here to Falmouth. So I'm going to go back to the car now because it's not that stormy at the moment. It's a bit blowy. Go back to the car and do some more recording when it picks up a bit. Well, I'm up on Pendennis. It's about 7:45 PM, I suppose. Yeah. See, it's already pretty windy. Let's put the window back up. I'm not the only crazy person up here, it would seem. Just filming this on the phone at the moment because I don't want to get the Osmo Pocket 3 wet. Probably do need a waterproof action camera for situations like this. Nice and sheltered down here, that's for sure. Don't know what time high tide is, I should have checked that. Don't think it's particularly high tide, but yeah, it's still the calm before the storm. It's 5 AM and it's a bit stormy on Pendennis Head, so quite an exposed kind of area. Well, good morning. It's now about 7:30 AM, I believe. Managed to sleep through that fine. Through Storm Darragh here on Pendennis Head. One other person. I think they just turned up because I heard them drive over the gravel. Seems relatively calm to me this morning. I think the strongest winds are past. They're kind of east of us now. Central England, I think. Still a bit gusty at times. Let's drive along a bit, I think. So what is it now? It's about 11 o'clock. It's very breezy. Just spent the morning in a cafe. So I'm just going to go and check out from the little pier down here. I can't remember what the pier's called. Let's go and have a look. See what the how the gale is panning out now. We're beyond the red alert time now, although there was never a red alert here in Falmouth. It was amber. Looking breezy. It's probably more breezy now than it was earlier in the day, to be honest. Wow. It's getting quite chilly as well. It's not as cold as it might be, but it's a little bit chilly. Bit of churn in the sea. Now I'm going to have to get some gloves because holding this little camera in a wind like this is quite cold. It really is whisking down the what is this, the Carrick? Don't think it is Carrick Road, is it? Tell me in the comment section what this water body is called. We're in Falmouth, obviously. Really choppy. Right, let's go down the high street and have a little look around down over there, I think. Go into this very large mountain warehouse quickly. See if I can get a thermal shirt, t-shirt of some sort. Well, I completely failed in a Mountain Warehouse to get a thermal shirt top that I was after. Everything was extra large or very small. There was nothing medium in there that would fit me. Ah dear. Oh, jelly. Water splashing over here a bit. Trying to avoid getting soaked. Proper windy. I think I can safely say that gales and stormy weather here is not as spectacular as it is in Ventnor. A little bit of bias there. Don't know what it is about the kind of a roughness of Ventnor that I really like, but that coastal landslip, the instability of it all, I just find really appealing. Seeking shelter, Mr. Seagull, herring gull, sorry. Oh. Right, I'm going to put this away again because my hands are cold. Ah, well, it's now 12 noon here in just walking down to Gilly Beach. If anything, the wind seems to be stronger now than it was earlier in the day when it was supposed to have been stronger. So I think they said between 3 a.m. last night and 11 this morning, and it's now 12. So in theory, the worst of it has passed us. The worst of Storm Darragh has passed. Just going to head down to Gilly Beach now. Tide isn't particularly high. I'm not sure if it's going in or out, to be honest. You can see how sheltered it is from here, because I think it's a northerly now, so being on the south coast of Cornwall, it is relatively sheltered, and people are in the sea and going into the sea. Completely crazy. Maybe I should start doing that, although as we know, this may well be my last winter in the UK, so I won't be going into the sea in December this time next year. Even if I was staying in the UK, which I may well do, we'll see. I don't think I'd be going in the sea in December, or this sea. If I do end up in Southeast Asia next winter, then I'm pretty sure I will be going into the sea. Although Chiang Mai, which is where I'd like to go, or one of the better options, is obviously northern Thailand, so nowhere near the sea. This is where I am. Just walked down Gillian Vase Road. Ooh, get the little gimbal to pick up the road sign. So I've just been into Trago Mills, intending to purchase wood glue and a slab of wood for my bed build. I ended up not buying the timber. I did buy the wood glue, but not the timber. Let's just cross over here. Yeah, so I bought some Gorilla wood glue, but not the actual chunk of wood, because I've got some wood back on the Isle of Wight, back in Ventnor, stuffed somewhere where it'll be out of view, which is part of what I'm going to use to build the bed, but I just wanted another piece of timber to act as legs in a new bed frame, but I figure I can probably find some dumped somewhere, or even along the strand line after this storm. So if I can find some free timber that will do the job, I'll just recycle that. Can't help thinking I should have actually gone to Ventnor for this storm. I think the Needles hasn't recorded the fastest wind gust. I think it got up to about 74 at the Needles, whereas along South Wales it's been regularly going above 90 mile an hour. Not sure about the North Cornwall coast. There's a hideous liner building. Yuck, horrible. Quite why they need to build these big tower blocks for extremely wealthy people that don't actually live in them, I don't know. But that's what they do. Might quickly nip into Co-op. So one redeeming feature of this horrible development is there's a Co-op. Just my favourite place to buy stuff, because they're kind of vaguely ethical, only vaguely.